Alright guys, welcome back to another video. Today we are back at South Coast Karting for round number 3 of the Lightweight Championship. We actually qualified really well this evening. For once we're going to be starting P3 for the first race, so hopefully we'll be able to get some good racing done up at the front. Let's get right into the video.
The camera settings are wrong, so you're not going to be able to see too much, but it will be in lovely 4K. Sorry.
Okay, so making our way to the grid. As you can see, we're starting P3 because we finally managed to get a good quali. We always qualify badly for these, and I think we suffer for the rest of the evening because of it. But it felt good tonight, you know. I feel like I've got some good pace. I'm confident now because we've had that good qualifying, so let's see what we can do in the races. Now, you know, I might just go into last on the first race. That would be exactly the kind of thing I would do, but for now let's focus on the lights. All 4 of them are on, and we can go. Quite a long time waiting there. We don't get the best start, but we're going to move to the right, see if we can go, just basically survive through turn 1 and 2. We get a few little hits on the back, which is pretty much to be expected at turn 1 here, and thankfully we're still going. We've not been pushed out into that wall like we seem to always get when we start on the inside, and we're going. We're alive. We're in 3rd. We've done pretty much the hardest bit now. We just need to take it to the end. 3rd in heat 1 would be great, and yeah, I would be happy to just do this all the way to the final, but I can see a move up there. We seem to be actually sticking onto the back of Sean quite well, which is unusual, and so you know, for now maybe I should just calm down a bit, see if we can get a bit of a gap to the people behind us in 4th, 5th and so on, because even though you can't see them, we do have a bit of a train behind us. That being said, if I get an opportunity to go into 2nd, I'm obviously going to take it, and I'm feeling quite confident, so you never know, we might have a little bit of a dive bomb going on, and we are sticking to this front train quite well, which is good. That confidence is just going up and up and up now that we haven't been dropped. A little look behind there, you can't really see what the gap is on camera, and this was filmed quite a while ago, so I can't remember. And still on the back, so now going into turn 1 there could be a little opportunity for a dive bomb, and Sean looks like he might go for a move as well, so if he goes for a move we'll just try and follow him through. You can see he moves to the inside, we're almost 3 wide, he goes through, I'm going to just follow him, take a lot of curb, and we get through into 2nd. We've got Sean in front of us, and this is shaping up to be a really good race. Still feeling very confident, feeling like if the opportunity came a bit later on, we might just be able to get past Sean as well, and possibly get a heat win out of this, which would be very nice, and obviously set us up very, very well for heat 2 and then the final. You can see we've got a run here. We're going to just see around the outside like we did to Ryan in the first race or in the warm-up. It's not going to happen this time. That was a bit of a risky move. I could have had someone throw one up my inside there or just followed Sean, and we probably would have lost the place, but it looks like we've got a bit of a bigger gap behind us than that, and we got away with it this time. Still on the back now, and we're keeping pace. This is very rare for me. I'm normally dropped by now when I'm racing with the faster guys, so we've got to try and make the most of this little burst of pace. We're going to go up the inside here. Sean moves out. You can see me. Boom. Lovely move. Dive bomb up the inside into 1st. Bit bogged down out of the corners because obviously we had a bad run because of the dive bomb. We weren't on the racing line. But that's 1st place. I feel good. Let's just take this to the end now. Keep our foot to the floor. And hopefully we could come away with a heat win. You can see 10 seconds left of the race now. We've got probably this lap and 1 more left, and we're still in 1st. We've managed to create a little bit of a gap as well. I can't remember exactly what the gap was. I think it was 5 or 6 seconds. Easy peasy. What a lovely race. Not so exciting for the cameras once you're out in 1st, unfortunately, but I'm not complaining. And we had a few nice little overtakes to get here, so probably one of my best heats and so far races that we've done on the channel at least, and very very happy with this. So let's just bring it home to the end. A couple more corners left, and won't celebrate too early because, you know, it would be very embarrassing if you put it into that tyre wall on the left just before the end of the race when we're in first. But here we are, across the line. Yes, very nice. Heat 1, first win, and that's going to set us up very nicely for the second heat. So here we are, starting on pole for heat number 2, and I'm going to hope this will be a very boring race and we can just run away with P1. But unfortunately I don't think we're going to get that wish. Eyes on the lights then, having to look up quite a lot. I could barely see the lights under my visor strip, but we're still just about able to see them. Another really long wait, and we got down a little bit, got caught out, sort of getting a bit distracted by how long the lights took, but still in first, out of the first corner. Not got anyone coming up our inside here. Brilliant. Again, that is the hardest part of the race done. That's the easiest place to lose loads and loads of places because everyone's super close and crashing into each other basically. And we're still first after 30 seconds. This is going unusually well, as I'm sure you guys have seen for the other videos this year. Usually I just get pushed wide, I don't fight hard enough, and we lose loads of places at the start, but so far so good. We're still going strong, having another quick look behind just to double check that we're making a little bit of a gap. We can't see it on camera, but we're still in the train very much, and so we can't really make any mistakes. It's quite difficult to overtake here if the person you're racing knows what they're doing and knows the track, which most of us do because we race here every month. So I know that I've just basically got to not do anything stupid like that and go wide, and I should be able to keep fighting for first, hopefully finish there as well. But that little mistake has cost us, and Sean's going to go up the inside. It does leave us the space in the exit, which is very kind because it means that we don't drop back any further. But there, as I was saying, it's easy to overtake, it's hard to overtake because everyone does the same thing every lap and everyone knows how to defend. But when you make a little mistake like that, people obviously notice it because they've had as much practice as you. They can take advantage of it and go through into first like Sean has there. And it's cost us, so we now have to make no more mistakes, hopefully not drop any more positions, and see if we can capitalise on any mistakes that Sean might make. He is pulling a little bit of a gap. Try and get onto the back of him like we did in Heat 1, but he looks pretty fast. He's coming back with a vengeance this time. He goes a little bit defensive there, which I don't think he needs to, but it's good because it's going to keep him just about within range of us. We're going to go ahead to a few minutes later. I think we've got Matty behind us here. We're going to go quite defensive, not leave any space on the inside, but that's obviously going to cost us on the exit. We do keep him behind through the chicane. But oh no, it wasn't Matty, it was that. I couldn't tell. I think it might be Ryan. Yeah, he's going to just about go up our inside. We're going to manage to hook around the outside though, and we're going to keep the place. Nice bit of racing there, and Ryan's very fast. He was who I was racing in the warm-up round, the first video of this year. And he's fast, maybe a bit faster than me, especially when I'm making mistakes like I have been so far this race. I'm going to point forwards. I still, at this point, think if we work together, we don't race too hard, we can catch Sean. A few minutes later, we're going to skip ahead. Yeah, I don't think we were. So we know that Ryan's going to start racing us now properly. Again, he's going to go for that same move up the inside. Not really much I can do to defend this, apart from try and hang it around the outside. I know he's going to leave us the space. I'm going to take advantage of that, and we're going to just about keep P2. Very nice. Oh, it's a bit scary trying to defend, like basically just keeping your foot flat and hoping that the other driver you're racing leaves you space. But everyone here is very respectful, and we don't really have any issues with people forcing each other into walls for now at least. We'll see how it gets when we get later on into the championship. But we're going to be able to keep P2, and Sean's obviously run away. He's miles ahead of us, and I'm pretty happy with P2. It's annoying to go back from pole, but I can't complain. Most of the races this year I've been like 5th or 6th, so P2 I will absolutely take. It will put us at the minute be on pole for the final as long as we keep this into second place. We've still got Ryan behind us onto the last lap of the race. And pole for the final would be fantastic. We've actually got a little bit of rain coming in. I know it looks dry at the minute, but for the final it is going to be wet. I'm going to have to get my wetsuit on, and this is going to be an interesting one. I still don't know how I feel about racing in the wet, so we'll find out in the final. Close finish, but we are going to get P2 and then secure pole position for the last race. Very, very nice. Give a little fist bump to Matthew. I think he actually got past Ryan at the end and we were racing him there. Final time now, and just as promised is a wet one. Not super wet, I've still got my nice fancy gloves on, and I'm not worried about ruining them, but the lights come on very quickly this time. We've got to focus, get a good start because it's tough in the wet. Sit there and watch for what feels like an hour looking back on it now, but we do just about manage to make it through turn 1. We've got someone on our inside there, I can't tell who it is because understeer hits us like a train going into turn 1. And yeah, these karts use slicks all the time, no matter if it's wet or dry. So in the dry it's great, in the wet it's a lot of fun actually, but because they aren't super powerful and are very, very heavy, the karts basically just understeer the whole way around the track, which is quite something to get used to. The people who know their way around it and know how to use it to their advantage, or just how to not be as slow as other people with it, really, really do well. So the wet conditions can be a little bit of an equaliser, or something that's going to flip the people who might normally be a bit further back to the front. And I think we've got Rob racing with us today, who's the heavyweight champion. He was at the front for most of the wet races, and he's really, really quick in these conditions, so I know I'm going to have to watch out for him. He's probably going to come storming through the field. But for now, we managed to keep P1. That threat from earlier on in the race is gone. You can see some water's got in the microphone or something. The audio's gone a bit funny. Should be back in not too long though. And we've only got a minute and a bit left of the race because not much happened. You can see we're defending, but we never really had any close calls with P2. But it is a big train behind us. We've got loads and loads of people. This is the first real defensive moment we have. Ryan again trying to go up the inside. I know it's wet here, so I've got to basically close that move off well before we get into the corner there. Managed to do it, keep P1. Did squeeze him a bit. It's not the way I usually like to defend, but it's for first place. It's not against the rules, I just don't like it. So this time I'm gonna squeeze him a little bit, unfortunately. But it's going to mean that we stay in first with 1 minute left. He's still on the outside there, so we've got to make sure that he doesn't get a nice cutback move on us here. That is really, really strong in the wet here because it's so slippery. If you defend and you go deep on the first corner of the chicane, turn 1 of the track, then you can get cut back really, really easily, or alternatively on the exit of turn 2, just because the slicks obviously don't have any grip, so you don't have much drive out of the corners. So if you get a nice good run, you carry speed, then you can get past someone who's taken a tighter line to defend and is going to lose out on the exit basically. Still got everyone behind us. They're sort of sat in my blind spot at the moment. Thankfully they didn't go for a move there because they were much closer than I thought. And just keep on looking behind, trying to see who's where. I know the end of the race has to be coming now because it feels like I've been driving around for ages and ages. And you can just about see there, I think that's Caleb's front bumper or Ryan. And I think Caleb actually got past Ryan right on the last lap, which is a shame because he was second all race, I think, up until now. And we're just managing to sort of ease the car around the corner. You can see how much slower it is in the wet than in the dry, but arguably more fun if you didn't also get wet. Just sort of the good bits and the bad bits of driving in the rain. It's fun because the karts handle so differently, and it can be, like I said, a bit of an equaliser between people. You get a few new people to race against, but you get absolutely soaking wet. So it's fun when you're out there driving, and then when you get home you have to look after all your kit, then it sucks. And when your helmet's all dirty, yeah, don't even get me started. But it would make up for it if we came away with a nice big trophy today. So let's see. I think at this point we've got to be on the final lap of the race. The clock hit 0 last time round. You can just about see the checkered flag there, and yes, that is P1 in the final. our second win of the year, our first one in the championship properly. And I go to fist bump Ryan, who I thought was behind me, and it's Caleb, so we did just get him on the last lap, unfortunately. But a really good result for myself. Very, very happy, selfishly. And yeah, thank you guys very much for watching. I'll see you all next time.